Hello folks, it's me Griff again here at Disco Trace Studios, as always infusing wonder and joy into community-focused software. That's our main goal, and here on the Twitch stream what we do is we play games. Educational games, games that teach you things, games that you learn things from, etc., etc. And we talk about them, we analyze what's good, what's bad, what can be improved, what we can learn from it, etc., etc. And the last couple weeks I have been playing Shenzhen I by Zachtronics. Now, this is, for better and for worse, going to be our last Shenzhen I stream. Oof, bit of a food down there. And that is because we've learned a lot about it so far throughout, our three streams. And feel free to check the backlog if you want to. But I want to, put a little twist on things, do something different maybe for the next stream. I'm undecided currently on what exactly our next stream will be. But if you have ideas, feel free to send us a DM over at the Twitter page, or toss it in the message chat. Either or is fine by me. The Twitter should be in the channel about description, so just check that out there. Otherwise, welcome. I hope everyone's having a wonderful evening. Feel free to drop into chat, say hi, etc., whatever. And I guess beyond that, let's get back to it. Actually, one thing real quick, I just realized I need to grab. There we go. Now, for those of y'all who don't know, Shenzhen I is a game about building microchips, not building programs, but building microchips specifically. And what does that mean? What form does that take? Essentially, you have a circuit board of some sort that you put pieces onto. Oh boy, my hair is a mess now. Should have gotten this binder beforehand. You put pieces onto the circuit board, and you give each little piece a bit of code, and then it runs it all at once. It's not the same as just programming a computer. There's more to it than that. And basically, to sort of fit with the theme of working at this in Shenzhen, which is an actual place in China, to be clear, they have given us, Zachtronics Games gives you, as part of the thing, it gives you data sheets, basically saying, here's all the information about all the stuff right here, right? You'll see my mouse? There we go. And the data sheets come in a format to be printed out, and it's recommended that you print them out and basically use it as a physical version of the thing. So we have printed it out right here. Let's see if we can get that on stream. It's a bit weird with the green screen effect, I realize. Whatever. So, last time, full disclosure, I was stumped. The project we had, let's see if I can pull it up again. Over here was virtual reality buzzer. Basically, the idea was we wanted a buzzer to go whenever it got a signal, and then stop going whenever it got a different type of signal. Which is different than what we had earlier, which was constant signal. As long as the signal, it was like a notification thing, whatever. I was stumped on it. In full disclosure, I did look up the answer, but I've tried to look at it and figure out, what can we learn from this? What could I have been missing? I assure you, there were things that I was missing. The green screen is going through my glasses right now. That's odd. I don't want to worry about fixing that right now. So yeah, so this is the end. This ended up being the solution. I'm just gonna give it a bit of a quick review. But the general idea is that if we run it, so it does nothing, right? And the jump command is the thing I think I was missing in retrospect. Basically, if you say jump and then put a name, it'll look at that location in the code base, and it will say, hey, let's jump over there, as the name jump would imply. So, if CP is compare as opposed to greater than or less than, basically compare does both. If x0 is greater than 0, then do the plus stuff. If x0 is less than 0, do the minus stuff. So, at the start, it's less than, so it runs the minus commands, right? So it jumps all the way to send, which says, okay, now let's check if ACK is equal to 1. If ACK is equal to 1, then other stuff will happen. Otherwise, whatever. And then what that does basically is it keeps in this down state. What ACK represents, keep doing the swapping between, right? ACK means you should be doing alarm stuff, right? And then we get the 0 and it turns back 1, 0. So basically ACK is used as storage to represent switching on or off, and sleep 1, move 0, sleep 1, move 100, that is the vibration function, essentially. If we over here, you can see it. You can see it going whenever the exclamation mark shows up. And that's generally the gist of it. Now this one, again, full disclosure, did have to give it a good Google last time, but hopefully we'll be able to think our way out of the next few. Now this one, I looked at this one, prototyping new ideas. Objective, design and create an electronic game. This gives us access to all the parts, including custom LCD screens, which lets you add a custom LCD screen. And full disclosure, y'all, I'm not going to touch this one. I'm not smart enough to, and I don't want to spend a bunch of time on stream working on what is essentially the sandbox level. If y'all want me to come back at some point to the game and be like, here's something I made up, I can try my hand at it, but no guarantees. So, in that case, what are we doing? We've already skipped past 2 of them. Let's check out the 3rd one. A little help. Create a okay, this is a wireless game controller. Now, again, full disclosure, I am hitting the point, this is partially why we're stopping it at 3 streams, I'm getting to the point where I get stumped at things, and it's just going to be 45 minutes of me staring at the screen being like, what am I doing wrong? And that does make for interesting viewing, and I think we can find something more fun to do next time. But I think, I want to see if I can, push through this wall that I'm at and see how things go. We'll find out. Let's see, a little help. So, what do we got to do? X and Y, this and this. Simple inputs connected to a joystick. Also, by the way, y'all, tell me if the volume is too high or low, and I'll let you know, or I can adjust it or whatever. A and B are simple inputs connected to buttons. So we got a joystick, we got buttons. Simple enough. Got it. Radio RX, non-blocking X bus connected to the radio receiver. The X, radio transmitter. Okay. The data packet is received from the game console. Respond to it with a 3-packet value, making sure to use most reasonable values. Okay. So basically, what I think it means is we should send back 3 bits of information every time we get a. It says, "Hey, what's up?" Right? What it should do is it should send back X and Y's value, and then it should also send back. It should also send back. Let's see. A and B's values, but only in a certain format. Huh. Okay, so this is sort of similar to a previous problem where the issue is that of inputs. We have 4 different P-type inputs, I believe they are. Yeah, these types, right? And we have an X input and an X output, right? I think I have those in reverse or whatever. The issue is I don't think we have anything that works with a 4, or I guess a 5-1 ratio. We have a 1-3 and a 1. Or we have a 2-3 and a 2. And no, we have a 2-4 and a 2-2. Okay, which we can chain together. So maybe there's some options there. Let's try this. Let's see. First of all, let's see what it's even asking for in the end. So. So yeah, when it gets the -1 signal. So I guess let's try something simple first. Let's make sure I actually know what I'm doing here, because I had some trouble with the buses last time, and it just didn't work. And honestly, y'all, if I have to work with the same issues, we're just going to hop over to the next one, because, yeah, again, otherwise it will just be me sitting here, banging my head against a wall the whole time. Yeah, check. I'm going through the explanation sheet, see if I'm missing anything. I give an example one in here, but I didn't really look through before that I probably should have. So, a drink of water. Let's try this out. See, this is going to be broken, but let's see how broken it is. That's the interesting part. So, if R is the receiving and T is the output, then RX, TX, or no, X0X, x1, x0. x1, x0. That's weird. It's doing a bunch. That's like overlaying it for some reason, which is bizarre. Okay. Oh, I think I see what's going on. The XBus thing has multiple outputs that we need to send out at once. I'm not quite sure how to do. I feel like that's some XBus syntax that I missed out on. But it's certainly working right here. At least we can see value 1, actual 1. They're both working. Okay, so we know that we can send one to the other. Let me check how the heck that works. I'm not 100% sure. Might have to just honestly give it a quick Google and check out the syntax for XBus stuff. Okay, so it says read the appropriate data sheets. Is there a data sheet for XBus stuff? There really should be. Honestly, what I also need to do is get a PDF of the stuff. Maybe that'll fix it, but I'm not entirely sure. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So, I think the goal here should be to somehow constantly keep track of the button inputs. That way we can just spit it out whenever needed. And also keep track of the number of inputs, which makes me think that we should move. Let's see, some stuff to go through. Which makes me think we should, first of all, delete all this stuff. I think we should move this over here, this over here. So we gotta keep track of X and Y. We should keep track of A and B over here too, but this one has 2 memory spots, so we're gonna do that there. Oh, the wiring is going to get annoying here too, I can already tell. Let's use a bridge. Bridges are always fun. Big fan of bridges, just generally. And I guess, yeah, toss this over here. Yeah, so then I think we toss this over here. Yeah, the wiring's already a problem. Let's toss that away. This right here. Toss this right here. Do that. Do that, and then boom. Oh, then we have to. Okay, I think that lines everything up well. It looks terrible, but what can you do? That's life sometimes. Yeah, I think that works. I'm literally just Googling real quick Shenzhen I XBus stuff just to make sure I'm getting the syntax correct. Again, if y'all have ideas, feel free to chime in the chat. This is it's a live stream, not just a playthrough. Yeah, I know. Let's see. So, hold up, give me a second. I'm genuinely not sure about is how to send information back through, right? Like, I feel like I'm missing something here. I got a PDF of the wiki up, or not the wiki, the stuff up right now, just because, you know, Control F on PDFs is a lot easier than scrolling than flipping through a book. Technically not a purely clean playthrough, but this is life, you know. Here we go. Okay, so yeah, so it seems that X buses can send multiple values at once. Fair enough. That much I get. How do I send multiple values at once? What's the actual command? Because if I just move a value to something, it doesn't really work, does it? Can I just say mov x0 1 or mov 1 x0 mov 2 x0 and then sleep. And will that actually work? If that actually works, that's remarkably simpler than I thought it would be. Sleep 1, yeah. That seems to be oh, hold up, that actually is working. Okay, so we can just move multiple outputs there at once and it works just fine. That's way simpler than I thought it was. Okay, I count that as an absolute win. Obviously this exact answer isn't good, that's a separate topic. So, I guess what we want to do here, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, we don't need to connect these two. If we have some way of this one knowing that it's been asked for a signal, right, then it can just send the signal whenever. So let's try this. Let's get a real big brain with this thing. Toss this here. Toss this here. Okay, so what that means is that when Rx sends out a signal, it's going to go to x1 and to x1, and then it's going to be spat out of x0 and x0, which means I'm not worried about timing actually, right? Because how do we make sure that this happens after this one? Yeah, because if we send them in the wrong order, that's a bad idea. So first, let's do mov y. No, not y. It's not called y here. Mov p0 for x. Move that to ac. And mov p1. Got it. Oh, part's not entirely on the board. Oops, that's not good. We're not able to just move everything to the side, are we? You know, I know this game's been out for literally years, and I should be bug testing it, but I do think there should be a move all option of some sort. That would be very handy, and I think well enjoyed by the fans. Let's see. X3 doesn't go anywhere. Pin connected to self? Oh yeah, there's more bits, aren't there? Okay, make sure we clear all those out. This one goes here. This goes here. We can slide this over, and then just slide everything over by one. This is making me regret not thinking through the pin placement earlier, or the part positioning earlier. But oh well, it's a learning experience. It's part of the game. It's sort of the. If I wasn't learning, then I wouldn't be playing it, right? That's the goal. So then, if we do that, actually take this here, move it. There we go. Woo! I moved everything to the left by one. That's how you know I know what I'm doing. Or not. So we have 39 and 50. That's updated. We have 63 and 37. 63 and 37. Okay, good. So that's working. So what matters here is we gotta say then. Back to x2 or x0, yeah. Mov that. Got it. Okay, so that part's working. Yeah, we can see it's just missing the last one. Now we gotta figure out how to send the other one, which that's tough because I feel like we have to wait. right? Because, like, let's just say if I say, oh, first of all, let's do mov 0, right? So set act to 0 by default at the start. Actually, now that I look at this, this might be long enough doing this every time. This might be actually long enough to keep it working. So then, if A is 100, because, yeah, it's 100, right? Yeah. No. Yeah, it's 100. If A is 100, then add 1. Oh, it's not A, it's P0, I'm not thinking of that. I just put A again. Let's not think about that. So if it's 100, add 1. And if the other one, add 2, because it's binary, basically. And you add 1, then you add 2. Oh, we're already halfway through this. I'm kind of sad. I miss this game. Also, again, welcome to the stream, everybody. If you're just tuning in now, I'm playing through Shenzhen I. It's a game about making microchips, and we're learning about it. And I've been talking about what I've been learning and what it's teaching me. What I like about this one is that I was able to test what I was confused about, right? Like, I was going to Google how to make XBuzz inputs work in Shenzhen I. I was just going to literally type that out and see if someone wrote it out for me. But I tried something, and the game made it clear, without saying you lose, it made it clear what the results of what I was doing were. It basically gave me a way to experiment. That's a good thing. It's a good thing for designers to do. So, thank you. I'm 90% sure award-winning video game company Zachtronics. My compliments to the chef. Let's see. Then we see if x1 is -1, and if it is, this is the same code as earlier. Mov act p0 or x0, yeah. Then now hopefully, since this shows up later than this one, it'll work in order. Yeah, let's see. Oh, something's not working. Something's not working. Right, so there, and then it should be down to 2, right? So why is it not sending? X1 is sending the signal, right? Right, and it sees that. But they are equal, though, aren't they? I hate this. They ran into the same issue last time. I'm genuinely not sure what I'm missing. Let's see. So we get to here, and it's -1, right? Step, step, step. Why is it changing? Why is it changing? Okay. Mad. Real mad. I'm quite peeved. Oh, this sucks. What am I missing? See, I had the same issues with this last time. I'm still not sure what was wrong. I guess I could do a thing where, like, I guess I could just not store it in ACK all the time. I could just store it sometimes, right? That's the other option. I'm gonna try that and see how that turns out. Hopefully it'll turn out better. Fingers crossed. Let's set this and try this over again. So I believe it's JMP for jump. Yeah. If I say end slip 1, and then I say sleep 1. Also, something I will say that I don't like about this game, that I realize is part of the point, is that I don't get to do like methods and classes. This is very much a non-programmer friendly game in some ways, which is weird since it's about computers and coding them. But what do you know? Funny things to notice. Yeah, if we say PQ x1 -1, basically, if not. What happens actually if it doesn't jump anywhere? Okay, so it just goes there eventually. So it is like machine code stuff. Okay. Otherwise, though, I should say, I guess yeah, we don't need to put plus for everything here. That'd be weird. Yeah, we can then do the same thing we did earlier. TQ T0 100 plus ACK. Actually, first let's say mob ACK 0. Yeah, move mob 0 ACK actually, but you can't really move a value into a number that already has a value. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Yeah, set add 1 TQ P1 100 add 2, and then mob X0. Right, that should work, I think. It's not saying anything. Oh, everything broke this time. Everything broke this time. Bizarre. Okay, so is it reading them at the same time? Is that the issue? Is the issue once I read one, it stops? Because that would explain some issues. If I just hit enter. There's no more lines of code, right? Okay. That's not good. That's not good at all. Huh. That is strange. I think what's happening is I read it once, and then that sort of consumes the signal, which is weird and shouldn't happen, but who knows. So I guess then the question is there another way to do it, right? Is there another way to handle this? Oh, someone closed the door loudly, rude. I guess I could have one tell the other. That could work, right? Yeah, that could work. Let's try that. I guess move this up here. Get rid of that. But we're already 30 minutes in. I gotta hurry up. Lean myself a bit back. Get my thinking pose. If we send X1 over here, right? Yeah, then it loops around. So what we'll do is this. Bro. So we can then have it say, hey, by the way, look out, stuff's happening, right? Maybe that'll fix it. That's my guess, at least. We'll find out. It's part of the fun little experiment of the game. No, we gotta go. No. Now, see, this is where the physics gets to be an issue. I'm gonna wipe all the wiring right now and get rid of all these things. I think we've added too many little bridges. Let's see if I can. Oh, I am too low on the camera now. I overcorrected. If we can see what exactly is going on. Get rid of the wiring. Just drop it all. I know the pins aren't connected. Shenzhen, you're gonna have to get used to it. Resetting the wires. How do we connect everything? First of all, let's look at what we need to connect. Obvious. We need to connect these two. We know that. And we need to somehow send a signal from one to the other saying, hey, look out, stuff's happening. Now we know this one needs to have an input and an output, right? So it can't be the one to transfer the signal, which means that it has to be this one. So, have this be the... So we know TX is... That doesn't really help. Okay, let's say this is it, right? And that's... No, that looks terrible. Here we go. There we go, that looks... but I'll survive. Then we'll test this over here. That seems good. X. And how do we get TX over here? Is the question, right? I'm gonna switch these around. That's annoying. So that might actually be the best option. Is like sort of do it differently. So link this here. We can't rotate this. I don't know how to rotate these. There's probably a button for it, but I still haven't figured it out. Could do. Someone's really going hog wild on those doors. I'm sorry, y'all. That must be messing with the audio. Something awful. Let's put this up here. Let's do this one. Oh no. Well, that might be something fun to do. So we have that. Then we have this. And this. So that gives us basically. It gives us 4 outputs equivalently, I guess. But now I'm just saying random words and hoping they make sense, which isn't that most of computer science if we're all being honest with each other here. You need to have some way for this. This needs to get both of them and connect over to here. This seems like the obvious pick. This also seems obvious. But this has to go with both. So we can do that. Then this here. Does this go over 2 or just 1? Oh shucks, it goes over 2. It goes over just 1. I'm thinking. Gotta somehow get this over here. I think I might actually just have to rewrite the code on these and then switch them around, which is annoying. I'm literally going to go back and just clear it out and start a new one instead of like trying to fiddle with. Oh nope, I made 2. There we go. Yeah, put this one here and this one here. We can do the calculations with either. It's a matter of ordering. So then we had this one up here, which I still think this is a good way to transfer power down. There we go. Again, if y'all have ideas, chime in the chat. That's the point of it. I guess we gotta toss this here. I mean, so this one's getting the signal and sending to the other one, so I guess we could just do like. Move this whole thing down, can't we? Move it down by 1. No, maybe that's not even necessary. Okay, so we have this here and this here. So now we know that this is able to be stored. So we need this to be able to send signal back up, and this needs to be able to both receive and send signal. Honestly, this level is probably my most interesting one so far to me, just because it's making me actually like think about things, even though my dumb idiot brain isn't super great at that. I guess I could toss this right here. That has a problem too, which is I don't know how to. This has 1 extra actually, so we could just skip one of these inputs. I don't know what I'm so concerned about. So TX goes there, and also TX needs to go here. Right, and then this needs to go here. think that covers all of them. This connection feels like it's sloppy and it shouldn't work, but gift horse in the mouth, you know. So, I like how they've actually sort of made the spatial part of it mandatory for this section. I think that's neat. So, CQ, if x0 is -1, then say, hey, by the way, look over here. X1, 100, let's make it -1 still. So it says, hey, by the way, look out, we got stuff happening over here. Sends it over here. Oh, it doesn't like that. It doesn't like that. Oh, it has to be -1, next one. There we go. It doesn't, thought it didn't like that. Whatever. So, otherwise, what else should it do? Well, assume that it consumes the packet once it gets it, because if I just say, add to, right? I'll worry about whatever that business is later, because I don't get what that error is. But I guess okay, so I guess what it really should do is, yeah, if it's not 0, I can do the end thing again. That was helpful last time. Let's see, end. So yeah, if it is 0, mob x0, x1, -1, x1. Otherwise, jump to the end. I like that. That seems clear. Hopefully that works properly. No, that still crashes. Who knows why? Now there is a command that I haven't used yet that I want to check out and see how it works. It's called SLX. It's sleep until you get a signal. So in this case, we're waiting until x1 sends us a signal. Then once we do, I guess we can say if x1 is -1, as we assume it is, then we should say, well, if p0 is 100, then add. Well, first of all, we should say mod 0 act. So set act to 0. It's step 1. Then if p0, so x, is 100, then we should say add 1. If p1 is 100, add 2, and then, so it gets fun. Then we should always say, yeah, we get 2 lines, good. Oh, duh. Mob act x0. Got it. Well, that doesn't work. Hopefully it doesn't work in the right way. That's the part that matters. Let's go over here, see what's best to do. Oh, I'm not thinking. I had it flipped around. I was doing the buttons. That's the joysticks. The way. Shows you how much I'm thinking, right? So, yeah, let's just say, let's delete all that. I'm going to say move, and I'm not even sure if I need to sleep it, right? right? P1 x1. But you already sent it though. Do I need to like do something with it, I guess? I'm just waiting for you to use it. Try if that works. Shouldn't matter, but... Oh, this is sleeping already. That's the problem. Okay, I guess we need to do some more stuff on that side then. I think that's the problem. Honestly, the one thing I will say is poorly explained in this game is what exactly the sleeping state means. It's not super clear exactly how that plays into the thing. But I think honestly it does everything else so well that I'm not going to complain too much. So if we say, then we do the old thing I was doing earlier, which is if, what is it, P0 is 100, add 1, oh. If P1 is 100, add 2, right, okay. Then, say mob act. Which one is it? X3. There we go. Oh, not X2. Butterfingers with the number pad. Mob 0. There we go. Something's still breaking. What does that mean? What does blocked on red even mean here? I'm genuinely confused here, folks. Let's... Negative card issue? Check the manual again and see. Blocked. Exactly. If a read-or-write is attempted without a corresponding connection, the operation will block. Okay, we know that. Data over X bus pins is only transferred where there is both a reader attempting to read and a writer attempting to write. Okay. So, I'm guessing what the problem here is that this isn't sleeping. Which you shouldn't need to. That's what SLX1 is. SLX1 is for. Let's see what else block comes up with. What exactly is the error we're getting again? Sleep. Let's see if sleep gets us anything. I'm reading through the instructions right now, see if there's anything I'm missing here. Okay. This is the same error I got last time. I'm not quite sure what's causing it, which is bizarre. Yes. I know null is registered. Maybe that'll work. Let's try that. Nope, still not working. Am I reading from the wrong thing? Okay, so yeah, if x1 moved to null, so get rid of it. Oh! Right to x1. Ah! Good to know some things never change in programming. It was an obvious wrong thing. Does that work? Whew! I feel very smart. See, now, I like this problem in particular because it made me have to learn a thing. again, like the previous one. Or same one, actually, but count that as the dub. And oh boy, we have a lot of things. I'm gonna take a peek at the next one. We only have 7 minutes left. Maybe I'll be able to speed run it. But I liked that problem. That was a fun one. I'm glad to get stuck on it. Thank y'all for watching me get stuck on it, listeners. I hope y'all, or viewers, I've got radio brain going. I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. So, laser tag. Oh boy, fun. I like laser tag. Hit is a simple input connected to an array of sensors. Respawn is a simple input connected to a quick connect jack on the vest. Alive is simple output. Trigger and reload. Simple inputs. Fire when the player is hit. Vest should be set to not alive when the player is respond. Set vest to alive. Player reloads their gun, whether alive or not. Ammo can should set to the ammo to the reloaded value when the HP value is alive. Pull the trigger. Okay, so I need a few things here. A way to track if they're alive. A way to track their ammo. A way to track them respawning. Okay. I'm gonna try just doing a live tracking real quick in the next 4 minutes or so. Hopefully I'll have time. We'll see. No guarantees. Trigger, reload, and fire. How many outputs do we actually have? Let's see. Okay, so these are our outputs. It's fire and alive. These are our outputs. Trigger and reload. Okay. Now when they're alive, they pull the trigger, then fire. Okay. Now we have more parts now. I'm not quite sure what these are. I'm gonna look them up. This might... Actually, nah. Honestly, y'all, I'll be real with y'all. I have 5 minutes to solve this puzzle. Let's introduce a ton of new parts, and knowing that this is going to be the last of Shenzhen I for a while, unless, again, if y'all really dig it, let us know on Twitter, and I'll hop back in. I think I'm probably going to call it an evening here. Other than that, I'm thinking, what else possibly could I figure out here that I'm really unsure about? I guess beyond that, a few closing words about the game. Let me get talking to camera position. Actually, let's just switch it off with the game now. Here we go. There we go. Now we're in my Lord of Games layout for the Twitch stream. It's kind of hard to see my face over it. Maybe that's a good thing. But basically, closing thoughts before I head off for the evening. I think the biggest thing about Shenzhen I that I liked overall, and let me bring down the volume a bit. There we go. I think the biggest thing I liked about Shenzhen I in the end was how it forced me to. So that last problem, right? I wasn't sure how to handle it. I wasn't sure how to solve the issue, right? And I had to think about it, and I was unsure about some stuff, so I had to test it. And I think that's neat. I think that's, I mentioned this earlier, the sort of experimentation environment is a good thing to encourage in the player and in games overall. So I guess with that, oh my gosh, my face looks just bizarre with this, doesn't it? Yeah, let's make it as horrifying as possible. Get a little of my headphones, yeah, sure. So I think, Shenzhen I, good game. 8 out of 10. Would recommend. If y'all want to check it out, I believe it's like $15 on Steam. But it's one of those things that gets on sale every once in a while. On that, thank you all for joining me for this evening, or if you're watching it on the VOD, thank you for tuning in later on. My name is Griffith, part of Disco Tray Studios, here at Hendrix College. And I hope y'all have a wonderful evening. See y'all later.